police placed an additional charge against this Cleveland middle school teacher. Officers also revealed that he captured 30 girls on the hidden camera.
Today, Eric Benninghoff obtained a police report, and he has learned that the teacher tried to tell police the camera was part of an investigation of his own. Eric.
Kim, police say a student found that hidden camera in a girl's locker room right here at Cleveland Middle School. Now, a police report says the teacher and coach who was charged actually admitted to them to doing it and told investigators his actions were actually well-intended.
Oh my gosh.
A look of shock from retired Cleveland City Schools teacher Brenda Nickdeman.
A little bit of disgust, a little bit of shock, a little bit of surprise, and a little bit of horror.
As she read the arrest report for a teacher and coach charged with planting a spy camera in a Cleveland middle school girls' locker room.
I don't really know how to comprehend that because I've worked with children for over 30 years.
An arrest report reveals the video captured 30 girls, some changing without them knowing it.
Even being a mother, a parent, and having a daughter myself, and understanding just the anxiety and the worry, knowing that your daughter was in a place that should be private.
In her 13 years with Cleveland Police, Sergeant Evie West says she can't remember another case with a hidden camera in one of their schools.
I had calls on my phone. I had messages in my personal Facebook account.
The man charged, 8th grade science teacher and soccer coach Christopher Schroll. Cleveland City Schools tried to reassure parents.
We understand that you're upset. We are also upset. And we also understand that you're sad because we're sad as well.
But according to police, Schroll told them he had a reason for doing this. The arrest report says he was concerned about complaints girls made to him about being bullied and harassed.
However, when the investigators talked to school personnel, they did say that he has never come to them with any kind of complaints or did not know that he was doing this.
And as a former teacher herself, Brenda says she sees that as a problem.
If he'd actually been concerned about the bullying, as a teacher, you were trained to take that to administrator.
Josh, Kim, we visited Christopher Schroll's home earlier this afternoon to try to reach him or a family member for comment, but no one responded to our knocks on the door. We also heard from Cleveland Police that Christopher Schroll was returned to the Bradley County Justice Center today with no bond set after his most recent arrest. That's after we learned yesterday that he was released from prison after making bond. Police also told us this afternoon that before these incidents, Christopher Schroll had no criminal history. The idea of crisis intervention training isn't new, but it continues to evolve. Now, local law enforcement is taking a closer look at how to work with the autism community, and it all starts with more open dialogue. A road that triggers memories for Chattanooga's Kevin Fox.
I was walking from church to the grocery store about half a mile away, and I got stopped, and I didn't know why.
He was stopped by an officer who said he got a call about someone walking suspiciously on the side of the road.
Well, at first I was confused because I knew I wasn't doing anything wrong, but then when he asked for my social security number, it definitely was a bit scary.
Kevin has autism, and although the officer eventually let him go, that initial fear sticks.
People with autism tend to like predictability, and sometimes it can lead to even people getting angry or not reacting in the way the officer might want, just because they're surprised, not because they're trying to be hostile.
Chattanooga's Sergeant Andrew Peeker says common signs of autism can be misinterpreted without the proper training.
When we encounter somebody on the street that is looking back at us and walking away or excessively fidgeting or won't look at us, it does pique our interest.
As part of CPD's crisis intervention training, Peeker says they're working to expand site visits at places like the Chattanooga Autism Center, hearing directly from people with autism.
It's difficult in the moment sometimes to distinguish, which is why this training is so important, is to just show officers that there are other reasons for these behaviors that they might encounter.
Right now, the crisis intervention trainings are optional for officers who apply, but Kevin Fox would like to see that change.
I think any officer that has to deal with a wide range of situations should know how to deal with as many of those situations as they can know how to do.
Deepening an understanding between even more people within these two communities.
A new bill making its way through the Tennessee legislature would require school districts to expand their book review process. Good evening. I'm Kim Chapman.
And I'm Josh Schroll. Advocates for the bill argue it helps prevent inappropriate books in schools. Opponents say it creates a one-size-fits-all solution that will not work.
A Tennessee House bill that would require more oversight on what goes into school libraries advanced out of 2 committees on Tuesday.
There's no clear direction right now on how these books are getting in there, and so this lets the librarians make the list of the libraries or the books that they have in their library along with the LEAs, and the LEA presents it to the commission.
Under this proposed law, the Textbook and Instructional Materials Quality Commission would be the ones to approve this list. This commission is made up of 10 academic professionals throughout the state, and Representative Jerry Sexton says they're adding 2 more members. He also says that what the committee approves isn't necessarily set in stone.
If a parent sees a book that that's on the list that they don't like, that they can appeal that and ask to reconsider.
Pastor Kevin Riggs from Franklin Community Church spoke out against this bill and thinks the solution is to talk with your kids rather than censor books.
You can't shelter your kids from all of this, and but you can teach them about you as your family, what's important to you, what your values are. If you've got 5 parents in a room, you're going to have 20 different opinions about what should be in the library and what should not be.
Differing opinions is something we saw throughout the meetings that the Hamilton County Book Review Committee held over the last few months.
That is not applicable for any age group as far as I'm concerned.
That's your opinion. But that is your opinion.
The Tennessee Association for School Librarians sent us a statement that says in part, quote, "A one-size-fits-all approved collection for school libraries in Tennessee ignores the fact that a local school library houses a collection tailored to the students it serves. The state risks losing large sums of money invested in library materials if items not included on the list have to be removed from collections."